much? Is it about Haley?
No.
Oh.
I could tell more about Haley, though.
Just tell us one.
Okay, this one's about Paul Jerome.
Is it another Paul's a
Another
dick
meme?
story?
No, it's just a funny one. Okay, so...
Do you guys ever call him PJ, quick?
What would you call him, PJ?
Paul
PJ,
Jerome.
maybe a couple times.
His middle name's Jerome?
Yeah, Paul Jerome. So, we used to have these spaghetti dinners, like, at the fire hall, and it's, like, all you can eat. So it's, like, a fundraiser type thing. So we went this one time, and it had celery in it, right? The spaghetti had celery in it. Paul was, like, a big old bro. Like, he's, like, 6'8", like, 350 pounds, and he's always been just, like, this big hunkin' massive man, right? And so... he's like 14 or something. He eats like plate after plate of the spaghetti, like all you can eat spaghetti. He eats.
Oh no!
He eats so much of it, right? And then he decides he doesn't like celery. So we get home. He's walking down the hallway. We've got a hallway that's like maybe 15 feet long or so, and he just like. And this spaghetti like goes the whole way down the hallway, like the whole way. He ate so much spaghetti. It was ridiculous.
That is so gross.
He's like, I don't like celery. Like,
Oh, yuck.
yeah, so that was it.
That is
We
so
had to clean it
gross.
up. It was disgusting.
Ew, I might get sympathy puker. Like, if I see it or hear it or
Yeah,
smell
yeah.
it, I'm just gonna lose it.
Yeah, like, I told Chelsea this story about my little sister puking in the car. So we were driving back from something, or we were on our way to
I know this
something,
is gonna be funny.
and I was sitting in the back with Brianna, and we just got some, like, crappy fast food because we were on the way to something, and everybody was like, Mom, I'm hungry, blah, blah, blah. So Bree starts feeling sick, and we're just like, ugh, shut up, you know? Like... just deal with it. And all of a sudden she pukes, like, all over the place. Like, everywhere. And I was sitting next to her, and I was already being a bitch, like, sitting next to her. I was like, oh, you know? Like, because first of all, puke smells bad. When it's fast food puke on a hot day, like, when your car AC, like, isn't getting to the back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just all terrible. So I was like, oh, like, so gross. And then, so we were like, shit, we need to get her something else to wear. She can't just sit in her puke for, like, the whole way home or, like, anything. So we have, like, one of the biggest malls near us. It's, like, probably the third biggest mall or whatever. So we park in this huge parking lot, and it's decided that my mom's going to go in, and then she's going to get Catherine to go in, even though Catherine's the oldest, and Mana was too young to leave in the car. So it was Brianna and I, stuck in this car. And my mom took the keys. So we were stuck in this fucking car, and I'm sitting back behind her, and there's just puke everywhere. Puke everywhere, and it smells. And, like, no matter how much Brianna tries to clean it up, like, no one else wants to, like, I'm not going to help her, because that's fucking puke, you know? And I'm just, ugh, I'm not touching someone else's puke, right? So she's trying to clean it up, kind of, but we're also out of wet wipes. And eventually I'm just like, fuck this. And I'm like, I'm sitting up in the front, Brie, like, sorry. And she's, like, crying, so she's got, like, snot and, like, tears. And her face is all pukey still, and everything smells like puke. And I was just sitting there like, like, I just needed someone to get back out. Like, and this is before cell phones really were a thing. Yeah. So I was just like, please let them be coming soon, please, 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 because it smelled, and she was just crying and just, like, getting it all over her face, and I was like, I kept throwing her more, like, napkins and just being like, deal with that, like, get that figured, like, and I couldn't look at her. I felt so bad, but I was like, I'm sorry, like, I just can't look at you, and I would just stare at the door of the store, like, being like, please let someone be coming, like, and I didn't want to roll down the windows in the back, because then people would see that there was puke in there, so we had the front two windows down, and not even very far down at that, because my mom didn't want us to get stolen or whatever, so I was like, and just trying to stare out the fucking window while Brianna's, like, snot and gross all covered over her face, and she's just crying, because she just feels bad and she feels sick, and I'm just like, I can't even look at you. Like, it's one of the worst things to think about.
What did you do?
So
like, how did...
I just ended up staying in the car until my mom came back and Brianna got changed, and they tried to clean the car some more, but, you know, like, cars just never recover after getting puked in. You know
I know,
what I mean?
mine was stained pink.
Yeah. It made me think so lowly of Brianna for a while. Like, it really affected the way I thought about her, which is really terrible. But I was just like, puke? No way. Get out of here. Because, like, anytime I've puked in a car or something, I'd be like, oh, stop, you know? And, like, my dad would pull over the side of the road and I'd, like, puke out the door, you know? Because I'm very good at that. I try not to puke on myself or on things that get ruined. Unlike Brianna.